Today I'm going to be showing you all of my gear that I purchased in 2020, not all of it, but most of my camera gear that I purchased in 2020 that could help you push your video making further and faster in 2020. Coming up. What is up, guys? TJ here with another episode of What the F Stop. Today we're going to be talking about what I purchased in 2019 that you can use in 2020 to push your video production, whether you're making YouTube videos, whether you're doing stuff for work, whether you are just doing personal projects or different things like that. I'm going to show you what I purchased to kind of make my production a little bit easier. Now, I don't have the best production, I don't have the best studio, but it works for me, and I want to share with you all the things that I've purchased in 2019 that's going to help you. I'm going to put some handy links down in the description section below. It's going to point you to all of these items that I've purchased. Now, in 2020, there's going to be a lot more things, obviously a lot of different things are going to come out, so I cannot wait to be able to share that with you guys whenever I'm able to get my hands on them. So let's jump right into the video. All right, so the first thing that I want to talk about is the Sony A6400. So this year I switched over to Sony. I used to use a Canon Rebel camera. Now I primarily use Sony camera. I actually have three Sony cameras. I have a Sony A6400, the A6300, as well as the A7R3, which I'm shooting on right now. So the Sony A7R3 is a full frame camera. I'm shooting on it right now. I don't have a full frame lens on it. I'm shooting on it with the 16 millimeter Sigma lens, so it's a wider angle lens, but it is not full frame. But I do enjoy the Sony cameras because of the color science and the low light capability. So in my office I have a little bit different atmosphere. So right now I have a ring light and I have all the lights off, so it's a little bit dark in this room even though it's really light on my face. But what Sony cameras really do well is low light situations. So this would be considered like a low light situation. So there's not any artifacting down back here, and everything is pretty crispy. So what the Sony A6400 was able to do for me, it was able to bring this little flip up screen. That's probably one of the best things that they could have come out with. So of course the Sony A7R3 doesn't have a flip up screen, but this right here is very handy, especially if you're doing vlog style videos and you're shooting yourself. You can see yourself on this handy dandy little screen. So bravo for Sony for coming up with the flippy screen on the Sony A6400. All right, the next little thing I want to talk about is the Rode Wireless Go microphone. So these little microphones I actually use in a lot of my videos. So right now I'm trying to do like a different audio setup, but I normally use these in all of my videos because they work so well. So basically you can have this little thing hooked up to your camera, and then you can have this little thing hooked up to yourself, and it has like a little microphone at the top of it, so you can clip it to your shirt, you can clip it to your side, and it will actually capture your audio. Now I do clip this on my side, and then I have a lav mic coming up. Normally I clip it to my shirt, and it does give you really crispy audio, but I just like the small form factor. It's so tiny. You can see how small that is. You can see actually how small that is, but it actually works really well, especially when you are connecting it to your camera and you don't have like a really big rig. You know, you want to keep it as small as possible. These are really, really good. The next thing I want to talk about is the Suti Photo LED video light. Actually, this was sent to me to do a video about, but I really love it. I use it in each and every one of my videos. If you can see it, it's back there. It's a really bright light. I'm gonna insert like a little bit of a little short video that I, all right, calm down. All right. Hi, officer. No, I wasn't speeding. I was just going, 90 to 95 miles per hour. Please don't take me to jail. Please don't take me to jail. I won't live. I just don't know what happened. I was sitting there and I had the lighter in my hand and I dropped it, and the whole house went in flames. I don't know what happened. Welcome to the Midnight Society. The house, the one at the end of the hill, they say it's haunted. And it's not haunted with people, it's haunted with animals.
Where I was having breakfast with my ex-husband. Oh, Vin. You know, I hate to say this, but do you know what your turn?
Do you think she's gonna make it? Please take her to the hospital. Please take her fast.
Just a cut and pick a minute here.
So that was just a little fun video that I made with that light. It's really cool how much functionality you can get from that light, especially with it being so tiny. There's a couple other lights that do like kind of the same thing in the same price range. That's just the one that they sent me, and I really actually liked it, and now I will probably use it in each and every one of my videos. The next thing I want to talk about is the, hold on, I'm gonna get it and show it to you. Is this thing. This is the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 6K. This right here is a beast. As you can see, it is outfitted with the Sigma 18 to 35 millimeter lens, which is actually my favorite lens in the world. I put a link up here to my video about this lens, but the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema 6K is probably the best cinema camera that I own. It's actually the only cinema camera that I own, but it is one of the best cameras I've ever shot with. The menus are so easy. Look at the screen on the back of that. I mean, that is probably one of the largest screens that you've ever seen on a camera, but it's so easy. It's got that large touch screen on the back. There's a few little things that, you know, you kind of have to get used to. I'm not like a filmmaker, like a real actual filmmaker. So I'm not used to all of the different things that kind of go on this camera, but you do kind of have to rig it out a little bit. You can't just really turn it on and start shooting, because it won't be as cinematic as you could possibly make it. So I do have a lot of accessories, and I'm hoping that in 2020 I'll be able to purchase some more accessories that makes it a lot better, and I hope I can get better as a filmmaker while shooting on that cinema camera. So the next thing I want to talk about is the DJI Mavic Pro 2. As you can see, I have like my kind of cool Iron Man skin on it. I made a video about this. I put it up here about this skin that I put on. But this is probably the best drone that I've ever owned. I've owned about 3 drones so far, but that is by far the best drone that I've ever owned. The video footage is top notch. The video quality is basically like movie quality, in my opinion. It's just stellar how much functionality you can get from a drone in that size. I mean, this right here is not gonna fit in your pocket, but you can really throw this into a backpack and you know, go and take some video. Now, of course, I bought some accessories for it. It's not like I just throw that in my backpack, because I'm not gonna do that. But just the functionality that you can get out of that drone in such a small form factor is awesome. So hopefully in 2020 I'll be able to make a lot more videos and different things with that drone. I actually shot another promo video for my pallet jacking page, and I actually shot a shot with my truck, and I was able to get the drone up in the air and track my truck as I was driving, and of course it just followed my truck as I was driving. It was made for a really cool shot. But I hope, like I said, in 2020 I'll be able to shoot a lot more cinematic footage with the DJI Mavic Pro 2. The next thing that I want to talk about is, well, actually it's 2 things. So the DJI Osmo Action and the DJI Osmo Pocket. So these 2 cameras, if you are a filmmaker, or if you are a vlogger, or if you are a YouTuber, I really challenge you to check these out. These are very cool cameras. So obviously the DJI Osmo Action is an action camera, and it's taking on the GoPro kind of Black series action cameras, but I actually like the build quality of the DJI. I really like DJI products, so of course I'll go with them whenever I do make purchases, when they come out with different gadgets and different things like that. But this right here is waterproof, it's shock proof, it's dust proof. It has this really cool large touch screen on the back. The audio is but they do have some things that kind of mitigate that. So you can actually get a audio adapter if you want to use it. You can actually use it with the Rode Wireless Go if you get that audio adapter and make a little small rig. But I just really like this camera for odd shots and different things that actually give a cool perspective. If you are a filmmaker, I challenge you to try doing some cinematic stuff with a action camera. Now, the DJI Osmo Pocket was a little bit different, because it was this little small thing, and it had like this really cute little gimbal on it, And at first I was like, I'm gonna try it out, but I don't know how much I'll use it. I actually use this thing all the time, especially if I'm doing videos where I'm out and about and I don't want like just this big, huge rig of a camera. I just pull this out. I pull it out of my pocket, I turn it on, and I start filming. It shoots in 4K. It looks really good. The audio is really good. I bought this little accessory I put down in the description section below. But this little accessory right here is the wheel that actually shows the tilt and pan and different things like that. So the DJI Osmo Action and Pocket are two really cool things that I was able to purchase this year and add to my filmmaking repertoire. Is that right? Is that the right word to use for that? I don't know. So the last thing I want to talk about are my gimbals. I'm going to go back here and I'm going to pull them out. So you already saw the DJI Ronin S. Oh, hold on. This is the DJI Ronin S. I really love this thing. It can hold a very large payload, probably the biggest that you can see, especially with a one-handed gimbal. But I really like this thing because it has a lot of functionality. I can set up my large cameras like this Blackmagic Pocket Cinema 6K camera. And also my Sony A7R III. I can set all those larger cameras on here and it shoots with, you know, like a breeze. Now, so this one I've got some little add-ons to it because it's a little bit weird, especially with this big lens on the front of it. But shooting with gimbals is actually really fun. So the other ones I want to mention is the DJI Ronin S. So the one thing that I really like about the DJI Ronin SC is about it's the locking. It just doesn't flop around. You see that, even though it's got that like moving, but this part right here doesn't move. And I think that's one of the biggest things with the gimbal, especially when traveling with it. It's a little floppy and moves around and all those different things. So these smaller ones are actually able to be put into a backpack or put into a carry-on bag. They won't be flopping all around, but you can still, so you can put something like a Sony A6400 on this and it works perfectly, flawlessly. You can have a microphone on it and it works really, really well, especially with smaller cameras. Now, what I really liked about the DJI Ronin SC is the motion controls. So I haven't really used them too much in video. However, I do have plans on using that this year in some of my filmmaking projects. Now, the last one I want to talk about is the Zhiyun Weeble Lab. So I really like the Zhiyun Weeble Lab because it's so lightweight. I mean, this thing right here is just super light. You can carry this around. You can put your lightweight, mirrorless camera on there, and you can carry this around and you can vlog with this thing all day long. It will not weigh your arm down. It won't tear your arm off to the side. You can really use this to make a lot of videos and a lot of content without carrying a bunch of stuff. So I was really happy to get this. I actually use this as my main vlogging rig whenever I have this with my Sony A6400, my Rode Wireless Go. I connect it to myself and I'm ready to shoot video, professional video on such a very small package. So I made videos about each and every one of these things. If you didn't see it, I'm going to create a playlist of all of my camera reviews or my camera gear reviews. If you want to go watch those, I will put those on the cards here somewhere. If you want to check those out, hopefully in 2020 I will be able to get some really cool tech, some camera gear, and be able to share that with you all. If you like these types of videos, please like, share, and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Also hit that bell icon so you get notifications whenever I release new videos. I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.